just to get free guitar day Tuesday. Slipped in, idiot. Meeting a guy from, I can't remember where he's from. You go down in Kilmarnock, turn left instead of turning right to go to like Troon, turn left. And this guy messaged me, I don't know, about a month ago or something. I've got a couple of guitars that he's never going to fix up in various bit of a state. Do you want them? Yeah, totally. So I was meant to be going down and seeing him, and then I was meant to meet him a few weeks ago, and then he was busy, couldn't do it, and then I was going to go down and see him, just drive down and pick them up, and that didn't happen because the Panda was off the road. And then now he's in Springburn taking photos of an old factory. He was and I was going to meet him in town earlier on today, and then said I'm going to Springburn later on, so as long as you get me, I was like, Springburn, that's 15 minutes away instead of being half an hour away. And then I slipped in, so he messaged me about an hour ago saying that's him at the factory. So I said, I'm so sorry, I'm so late. Hopefully he's not going to be pissed off. He sounds like a cheery guy. Hopefully, I'm so sorry I'm late. Not really get any excuse for it. I didn't really think it was going to be that difficult to get up. Also, it was a wee bit earlier than I was expecting, but there we go. Yeah, so off to Springburn to a factory, and the guitars are one of them's a blinged up Stratocaster. It looks like he's gone to town buying gold hardware for it. So I think I did get a photo of it. So it's a pointy headed thing. It looks like it might have been scalloped. Could be interesting. I've never actually done a scalloping. I do have one scalloped, my Ibanez Destroyer scalloped. So there's this a dark blue or purple Strat with gold mirror scratch plate, gold pickups. I think it's got white pickups, gold tuners, gold trim, gold knobs, gold. Actually looks pretty good. Perhaps quite garish. I might have to do my absolute opposite of what I normally do and actually tone it down a little bit. I don't know how I'll do that, but and the other one's a Gould, which I actually quite like the look of. It doesn't have a Floyd Rose. Well, it's got a gap for a Floyd Rose. There's not one on in the picture. I do actually have a couple of Floyd Roses kicking about. The only bits I could never. So, and it's like how would you describe it? I wouldn't have really said it was like a Strat. It's kind of like oh god, how do you describe this big Gould guitar? No scratch plate, carved top. Maybe a bit like a PRS or something, like a pointy-headed PRS. Sort of like somewhere between a PRS and Ibanez S series, and don't stop at lights that are green. Right. Yeah. So this should be fun. This is also the guy. I said I've no idea what this factory is, so he sent me like an aerial photo from Google Maps, and in the area, the factory thing took up, I don't know, a bit in the middle of the screen. Up at the top is where I bought the Golden Goose, the Golden Wonder, the Golden whatever, Blacktooth Boxes guitar, the one that he really likes that I didn't. But I mean, that's maybe just it's more of a personal taste thing. I think it played okay, but I don't know what it is about like Jazzmasters, Jaguars, and the whole offset thing just doesn't really do it for me. Maybe it's just for the many years of not really liking jazz basses, but I still don't really like. Obviously, all guitars are cool, they're brilliant. Not one I really want. So my plan was that I was meant to get a message from, which I missed. He didn't do, so it's his fault. To say he was like, when he was leaving Glasgow to come to Springburn, I was like, right, just give me a text for doing that, and I'll leave at the same time, and I'll be there waiting for you. So instead, I slept in, and half an hour or an hour after, I got the message from him saying that's at the factory. So I'm already 20 minutes. No, I'm well late, and I'm a dick. I wish I had something. I didn't have time to think of somebody could give him, like a bottle of hockey or something. I'll do something. If he ever needs a guitar wired, he'll get it free. and he'll go on the t-shirt list, which is still not done. I do need to organise more t-shirts. But I think it's worrying me a little bit, the t-shirts is they're all shrinking. It's almost like I'm getting fatter. I really need to start doing some physical exercise, I think. There's t-shirts I can't wear anymore because I used to be much thinner. No, to be fair, I was always fat, and then I went on a bit of a health stint when I wasn't having much fun, whenever that was, a couple of years ago. Lost a fair bit of weight, and then probably just put it back on again. The problem is eating is fun. I would write down the whole route of, I was looking and see how much shit was, and how many calories shit had in it, like a pure dick. But I think there's a compromise in the middle. I've not even dared to weigh myself. I did get down to 12.5 stone though, which was what my target was. 12.5 stone was right at the bit where it just became, I think it was 12.5 stone and a bit was when I became overweight. I don't think I was ever obese. I hope I'm not obese just now. I might be just. I'm in the overweight category, which sucks. I managed to get myself out of that, but no, I don't know if I could have gone much more. Big shoulders and all that, So I was playing I don't even know. I've no idea what the sort of video is going to be, the one that I'm meant to be putting out tonight. I videoed myself going to go and pick up that red bass, the wee Encore. What would you call it, a mini P bass? Yesterday, and I just kind of had the camera on my head. It kind of didn't really work because I had the camera on my head, which meant it was kind of looking at the top, looking at the sun visor a little bit much. So I might speed that up. But then the problem with if I really speed up the video, I don't get any audio. So I'd like to be able to overdub, which is a new thing for me. If I can overdub, maybe not talking, just playing the bass. Try and spread it out. I mean, the video's sitting just now. I've actually uploaded it onto YouTube. It's on on an unlisted thing. It's like an hour and 5 minutes long. I went to various places. Went to like top of the campus, a viewpoint bit. Tried the bass out. There's not just one or two problems with the video. I've gone for quite a few. There's looking at the roof instead of looking at the ground. Sometimes it's really quiet, sometimes it's really loud. I'm scratching the mic. I'm outside in the wind. There's a bit where I first tried the bass to see if it worked on a metal picnic bench, which I didn't really realise it was metal until I sat down on it. I thought, oh, this is metal, no way. And then obviously what the noise is like dong, dong, dong. It sounds like tubular bells when I'm sitting down because the camera is sitting on top of this metal picnic bench, which is like tubular steel, so therefore sounds exactly like tubular bells. I'm really just having a wee stab here at saying where I'm going. I'm really no idea. I think I'm halfway though. It should take me about 50 minutes to get there. I don't know, the trade thing is like, someone suggested I did a trade Tuesday the other night in the live stream, and it's like, I totally did that. I need to do it again. Start out with something, but the problem is that I could have done it with that wee red bass, but it's getting kept. It's my car bass. I was playing it last night through the wee orange amp, and yeah, I can totally use that. It just since I've been in the Sabbath band, I think the last time I actually went camping or tried to play bass outdoors was pre-Sabbath band, and now in the Sabbath band I'm a bit more fuzzy, so I can kind of handle the fuzz, and I kind of quite like it. And I think that basically me with that, even with that wee 2 watt or 1 watt or whatever it is, it's early in the morning, clipped onto my belt, it's kind of loud enough to annoy anyone. I think there's a sort of peak sound which is, I reckon, probably about right for sitting on the campsite at download, the disabled campsite, and strumming away on an acoustic, but not absolutely full-on drunk, hitting it as hard as you can, singing at moderate sound, normal sound. It's actually got quite a decent bass sound, but it's still a little bit fuzzy. The amp itself is it's got such a small speaker. It's actually really well designed. See, having that overdrive switch, it's got like it's got like a volume and a tone, and off, on, and overdrive. The on is kind of like, this is how loud we can run a 3-inch speaker, whatever it is, with a couple of watts amp, and still have some semblance of clean. And the overdrive thing is, this is how loud a noise we can make with the same speaker and the same amp. You know, it's just like, it's throw everything to the wind. It does just sound like a fuzz bass, which is, to be honest, quite good. I have become a bit of a fan of fuzz bass. Something I never really got. The problem with fuzz bass I always got when it was ever trying to use it in a band, and like, as soon as you start using a fuzz pedal, you lose all the low end and you lose all the sound. So it becomes like a slightly bassier guitar, but you get no bottom end. But it's just get used to it, I suppose. I still want to try and make a pedal, because I like the idea of using a real fuzz pedal. I'm using like a wee Zoom floorboards effects unit thing. It was only 20 quid, so I'm not really complaining. I can't complain about it. A wee red Zoom bass multi-effects, which has like a wah-wah pedal on it. It's got a tuner, it's got a fuzz pedal on it, it's got everything, it's got all the things I need for the gig. So instead of wheeling about stuff, I was just using that. But I just feel like quite like the idea of using like, you know, like a big muff or a real proper analog pedal. But the problem is I need where the hell am I going? Where? I've got a horrible feeling I've just gone the wrong way. Is this going to take me to Asda? I don't think it is. Sugar snaps. I have gone the wrong way. Idiot. They put new roundabouts in and I get lost. Or have I? Where's Aldi? I think I'm still on track. Can't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, I want to get a fuzz pedal, like a proper shitty super fuzz type thing, but it's got to have like a wet dry signal thing going on. Is this where I want to be? I think it is, yes. So I can keep the bass signal. Ideally, I'd be running 2 amps like I have in the house, because that sounds phenomenal. So I can have my bass amp just running a good solid bass sound, and then have a splitter box and have another amp to deal with the fuzz, which means I've got all the original sound and a fuzz on a dial. I don't know how to do that though. It'd be nice if I could get that in a pedal some way. Can I just put like a mixing, just a cheapy pedal and put a mixing knob in it or something? I'm not really sure. I will work it out though. This is all. See what happens when you start getting old. See, I thought that was. No, it is Aldi. No, wait, right. I've only moved about 2 miles from my last house, but this is Show me how to get there. I've got a funny feeling this isn't the right way either, is it? How did I get onto that? Sorry, hang up. Hey, yeah, lovely guy. I feel a wee bit sorry for his pal though. They were taking photos of an old factory, like an old rundown factory. Him and his pal, and I ended up talking to him for half an hour. Turns out he's a chap on. I remember I sent you a logo on the. Oh, is that you? But to be fair, you were very drunk and so was I. And then it turned out he'd forgotten to send me it. So he's done a, you know, the Black Sabbath Master of Reality, and also the band logo for After the End, the sort of purple and grey wavy writing. He's done a Mad Malko guitars and things like that. And it's like, yes, that's going to be a t-shirt. That'll egg me into definitely having to build t-shirts. So cheers for that. I forgot to ask his name. But lovely guy. Just another guitar-y person. The number of people I know that are just guitar-y folk, don't think anything of it. Keep noticing the singer and the drummer, Rob and Brian from Black Sabbath band, are always saying like, you know, Atari talker, I don't even notice it, because everyone I know is one. Everyone I know can talk for an hour and a half on a Telecaster, no problem. Yeah, so the Gould is the Gould looks really good, and the Strat just looks it's too bling. It's just too much gold. See, like a plain Strat, like a black Strat, your Eric Clapton-y looking one, that, put the mirrored scratch plate on it, classy. This one is like blue, so it's already quite interesting. It's got a mirrored scratch plate, and then it's got all gold knobs and stuff, and it's just, it's too much. So it'll just be a case of a wee call from the taste police, I think. What am I meant to do here? Can I just go there? No idea. Oh, so I might go to Aldi. I used to, where I used to live, had a Lidl and an Aldi that were both about the same distance apart. So it was like I would go to Lidl, then I'd go to Aldi, then I'd go to Lidl, then I'd go to Aldi, just switch them over and buy the best of what each of them had. And now, basically, I live right next, I have to drive past the Lidl to go anywhere. It's only like a minute away from my house. So I've just not been to Aldi in a couple of years. I might go in and see what's going on. I remember buying spray paint in there. They've normally got quite a good bit in the middle. It doesn't line up quite as well as the middle of Lidl. Just the middle of Aldi. The baldy of Aldi. Anyhow, so cheers for that, man. And I'm really annoyed I forgot to ask what your name was. Terrible it was. So I wouldn't remember anyway. I'm really crap at remembering names. Really bad at it. I can normally remember guitars. I can normally remember odd guitars. So if someone goes up here, yeah, you fixed my Squire Strat 3 years ago. Did I? Up here, yeah, you fixed, the wiring was good. I don't remember. I don't remember wiring a Squire Strat 3 years ago. If it was, I remember it was neon pink. I remember that one. It's like, you put in, it's just like how I'm so used to I could get a wee bit automatic-y at doing guitars now, which is a good thing. It's like I will just sit there and literally, and I'm not joking, sitting there going, right, you got to take this Strat to bits to change the pickup over, and then sort of sitting for 5 minutes watching telly, and then going, I've got to take this Strat to bits. I've already taken it to bits, wow! Because I just completely disconnected. It's like driving. When you're driving, you don't remember doing it, because even though you are still driving, but you're absolute automatic pilot mode. Used to happen to me a lot coming back from Pitlochry. It was actually quite scary when that happened, because there was a couple of bits that looked exactly the same. Basically, for me to drive to Pitlochry was half an hour, a big roundabout, half an hour, a big roundabout, half an hour and a half to get there. And there were bits where you'd be sitting there, there's a few bits that kind of look the same. And I'd be, sitting singing, working out stuff, I actually remember working out how to play Alice Cooper's Poison in the car, just in my head. Up here, I've totally got this, and I went home. First thing I did, pick up the guitar, and I was right. Like, wow. And thinking about shit, building guitars and bolts and whatever else I was thinking about. And then you suddenly sit there and go, up here, where am I? And I don't know. And it's like, have I gone round the first roundabout? I don't know. Have I gone round the roundabout? The thing was, I did, because I'm still alive. Don't remember doing it. Just doing the same drive every day for a year. And it's like, remember sort of incidents. You remember if I saw, I don't know, a helicopter or something. No, I remember that. But you don't remember just, if nothing interesting happens, then brain totally non-registered. I don't think I will. As you can see, I've had my hairstyle. It was so late today that I've decided that I had to make the guy wait for an extra hour. I just decided not to bother with a shower. Get some interesting haircuts for it. Maybe I should. So I get some nice wavy stuff going on. Where am I going? Do I go to Asda? Oh, do I go to Asda and buy some noodles? Decisions. I've already forgotten to go to Aldi. But the noodles I like, I can only buy them in Asda. And seeing as I'm almost at Asda, is that what I do? Or do I just go home and do that video? That food. Talking pish all the time. So in the Trade Tuesday thing, it's looking like, I think what I'll do is I will chart up maybe a little bit like a BC Rich Eagle, somewhere between a BC Rich Eagle and an Ibanez S series. Something there. Maple neck with black shark tooth inlays. Sort of HH Floyd Rose. I think it could be quite a nice thing. Oh, I take the gold one. Black and gold. Oh, I've actually got a gold Floyd Rose, and oh, those BC Rich pickups. Oh, I'm gonna make the gold into a good guitar. I've always been impressed with gold, apart from that last one I had, which had a twisted neck. It was an Eddie Van Halen one. It's in Blitzkrieg shop. I sold it to him. Not with a twisted neck on it, I put a different neck on it. I've still got the twisted neck sitting in my garage, which one day I will untwist it, probably, maybe, I don't know. Maybe have a wee go at sticking it in the oven. Which kind of worked with some guitars, just to make the neck straight again. It's a really, really thin one-piece maple neck, which is probably why it twisted, to be honest. Yeah. Where did I get that? I ended up with a Squire Strat neck that I got about a month ago. It was on a guitar. What guitar was it on? Whatever guitar it was on, the guitar got another neck that I had that fitted much better. Was it a Telecaster? It was that, the Octoblaster guitar, which was like a PV Tele, that I put the 8 pickups in. And I put a Telecaster neck on it, I put a Hello Kitty neck on it, so I had the Squire, I've got the Squire Strat neck that was on it, left over. And it's worth more money if it says Squire on it than if it says nothing. So I might get a wee bit of it, and that would be my Trade Tuesday. So I might use that as the start of another Trade Tuesday thing, like a blinged up Super Strat. So basically I started off with 3. Oh god, it looks really busy. Oh, do I want to go here? Oh. People are all bastards. I'd rather there weren't any other ones kicking about. Okay, so this will be another video that'll go out at some point. Talking in the car. I'm just still on the experimental thing. Sometimes these things work, sometimes they don't. Or sometimes they work so not bad, so not well. I've got so many, but I need to set up a members only thing on YouTube, because there's so many videos that I do that I don't put out because I just decided, no, who's going to want to watch that? And then occasionally one slips through, you know, like things like, you know, when I was walking to go and get my MOT, it's like, ah, fuck, I'll just put it up, I don't care. And people seem to like it. People comments, and just for doing the most bland thing, but just kind of a bit, a slice of, what did you do today? Well, I walked to... Hey, I'm back. I'm thinking hopefully I've stitched this onto the video I took yesterday. Would be a good idea. Lovely guy, fan of the channel, a couple of months ago, this guy, Liam, cheers for these. Awesome, I went and met him yesterday. I probably told you all that when I was in the video in the car. So here's the 2 guitars. This one being, this colour is very like, is it Midnight Blue, which I still think looks purple, even though it's called blue. I still say it's purple. It's very like my pal Peg's Fender Mexican Tele. So I think this might be a Squire body. I'm not sure though, or it's just at least the same colour, kind of similar. See, it's less blue than the Squire Mustang. You know, there's a Bullet Mustang which is almost this colour but bluer rather than purple. Yeah, so this one is, it's basically going to get unblinged a little bit. It's too much. So it's got some interesting features though. The headstock is an unacceptable shape for me. I'm going to have a wee go. I think I might do, you know, like a bat wing, so it kind of didn't like that in it. I think that might look quite cool. You know, if you can imagine it being kind of like that sort of shape on the bottom. Just this straight line doesn't do it for me. We've got gold hardware all over. It's actually got a brass nut as well. A brass nut that's really not cut at all. So I don't know how I'm going to cut it. It's one of those ones where it might actually be the option, I think, might be to take the nut out and then cut the channel below it, because I don't know how do you cut brass? without absolutely knackering my file. Not sure. It's been heavy scalloped though. You can see here, see these white bits on some of the frets. That's actually the white fret marker on the end. But look how scalloped this is. I'm quite excited to play. It's like just now it's got quite a high action and the nut's wrong, so I can't really get it. But I do have one of the only guitar I've got that's scalloped, an Ibanez Destroyer, but it's got, I can't remember. Is it a Blackmore scallop? I think it's got or something. So it kind of doesn't really start to get scalloped up till you get to the third, and even then, it's kind of scalloped like this bit. So it's on the third fret, it's kind of scalloped under the first two strings, and then as you work your way up, it gets more. So by the time you get to the 12th, it's scalloped over the whole width of the fretboard. And then, but this one's just scallop ya bam all the way. Quite interesting. Got an HSS layout. No pushy pull pots. He says the electric's not worked. I've not even tried plugging it in yet. Gold hardware again. Proper Fender Corona. Yeah, I never really noticed Fender with Corona. Yeah, so I've got some plans for this. I don't just want. It's got elements, but because I was thinking about this last night. I've got a. It's a bit dirty, so probably shouldn't show you. Got a square strat neck, so I'm thinking taking this neck off. The headstock annoys me on a Strat. Putting the square neck on it. Probably going back to, well, maybe not this one because it's got marks on it. Probably just a white scratch plate. I think the gold and the purple colour is just too much. Or maybe black pickups would sort it. There's something funny looking about it. I think, see, the mirror scratch plate, this on a plain black Strat, I think would look really good. I think it's just with this amount of gold, or maybe it's just because it's got gold knobs. Maybe if it had white knobs, it kind of looks off aesthetically. My artistic side is going. There's a way into it, but so my plan with this one is square neck on it and then unblinging it a little bit. I might. The thing that's really annoying about gold hardware is once you go gold, you've got to go gold. So it's like you need to have the gold bridge, the gold tuners, and the gold jack socket. You can't really have silver or chrome of any of them or black of any of them. It's got to be one or the other. And so it's got a gold bridge. I might have a chrome bridge, not sure. But this neck, I think would go on this because I never sold this. This is just a Japanese Strat neck, and I think this guitar, it's mental, right? It's got a triple bucker in it. It's nuts. Having just a Strat neck on it, I don't think is really what it wants. What it really wants is a fully scalloped, cool buzzard beak headstock thing on it. So it's scalloped, and it's got the triple bucker, and it's covered in blood. That's going to be it's going to make that guitar make more sense. It always kind of, although it plays amazing, but it's just one of those things that it feels, it's not a Strat. So why has it got a Strat neck on it? It's not a Strat body. It's kind of Stratish, but it's got a curved top and it's a bit too pointy and stuff. It just doesn't, always annoyed me. I never felt I'd quite nailed that one. But I think with a better headstock and the scalloping, I think it'll cut in really well. So this, I think, is going to be a belter. It's actually playing. It really is so scalped. I mean, it's cut down twice as deep as my Ibanez is. This guitar must have had a really thick rosewood fingerboard. It's really, which is good because if you went any lower than this, I wonder if this is. Yeah, I'm wondering if this has been bought scalloped. I think it has. Oh, no, maybe not. It must take ages to do it, unless you get some sort of machine. Never actually tried scalping myself. Maybe try it on something at some point. Yeah, so guitar number 1. Rather nice. Gonna be a belter. Get some Malko magic on it. Obviously I won't just make it into put it back to being a normal Strat and sell it. I'll do something silly. I'll put funny pickups in it, maybe a P90 or something funny. And the other one, which I find incredibly exciting, is this one. Which again, I don't really know how do you describe what this is, apart from being sleek and Darth Vader-y. So this is a Gould, which I've had a few Goulds that I really liked. The only Gould I had, I've had Goulds I thought Gould were amazing, and then I got I even mentioned this in the video earlier on, Van Halen one, twisted neck, cool. But this one has maple neck, black inlays. It's Floyd Rose routed, couple of humbuckers, and it's got a really nice carved top. It's very light, but then again, guitars are generally very light when it doesn't have strings, pickups, or any metal bits on it. So this one, what I'm thinking is gold. Always believe in a Jew. So I'm thinking gold Floyd Rose, those gold tuners that are on that, and possibly after playing my pal's Phoenix in what was yesterday's video, but in reality was 10 minutes ago I was playing it. It's got EMGs in it. I've got these pickups. Now this off a SQR Squire Active pickups. I'm kind of going partly for looks, but I think, see this the poleless covers with gold pickup rings. So you get gold bridge, gold pickup rings, gold tuners, and gold. I think black and gold. This could be quite a looker. Also, there's something about the shape I really like. It's not something. Is it like a Viger or something? I'm sure there's guitars that look like this, but there's not a big guitar that's common that has this shape. I think this might be quite an interesting one. I'm thinking this might actually be getting kept. I'm assuming active pickups are active pickups. I'm sure they're quite like EMGs, because I was messing about with my pal's EMG loaded guitar earlier on. Actually quite liking it. Works really well with the solid state amp. So it could be quite a shredder. Just a 3-way switch, 2 knobs, possibly not gold knobs. That might be too much gold. Just in case of, as I was thinking, so I've got gold pickups. Maybe too much gold. Whereas I think a gold pickup ring. I'm sure I had them. I can't find them. I might have to actually buy them, but I'm pretty sure that if I buy them from China, they'll be able to. It's a pickup ring. Does a cheap pickup ring make any difference to the sound of the guitar? No. it's all looks. So I think they're probably a couple of quid. I just think it might look quite snazzy, going for the word that my gran used to use a lot, which is it's just like I think everyone's gran uses that word. Oh, I like your new bike. It's snazzy. Snazzy guitars. An idea. Yeah, so it's got an angled back headstock. It's got quite a wide fingerboard. This reminds me of a Charvel neck. I've got similar. When I say quite wide, it's one of those things again. It's probably only a millimetre wider or something, or 2 millimetres wider than a thin neck. But it feels wide and quite thin this way. And interesting. Look at it. Unfortunately, it's a satin finish neck, but look at the bird's eye on that. Is this going to show up at all? No, if it was gloss, you would see that there's actually really nice bird's eye kind of all going up this side. Obviously, there's no skunk striping. You can see it's a separate fingerboard, but and it's very very light. But once it's got hardware on it, I mean, it's kind of once I've stuck this on it, licensed under Floyd Rose Pats. This is from a red Strat. Not from a red Strat. I got it because this was in the baby metal guitar when I bought it. Someone's written red Strat at the back of it, so it was in a red Strat at some point. But I think this could be quite an. I'd say even just putting it on like that, you can suddenly see it starting to go. Oh, gold with the sort of. Well, it's not like, I'm not going to say that maple is gold, but it's more like gold than it is like silver. Is my thinking, and it's a Gould. So I could even just, I don't know, can score out the Gould. I always like the Gould because they're the baddies in Stargate. What I might do, once I've got this up and running, and I've got the thumbnail for the video, I might have a wee go in Photoshop and see if I can make my eyes glow for the thumbnail picture, because the Gould, they've got a wee Gould in it, this little
lizard things that bore into your spine, symbiotic parasites. So the symbiotic parasite guitar, that's actually very much an Ibanez headstock, isn't it? An Ibanez RG headstock. Put it in front of something white, bit bigger. Yeah. So I've got guitars to do. Unfortunately, I can't do these this week. I've got a pile of guitars I've got to work through before I'm allowed to do ones for myself. But I'm not that I'm not excited about the Strat. It's just going to be a purple Strat. But the thing is that Strats are really boring, right? Especially, I've got a thing against, see the tobacco sunburst Strat and the black Strat with a white scratch plate. That one's already purple, which instantly makes it much cooler or much more interesting to me. So I think have a wee look at maybe. I think, to be honest, I might mock it up a little bit. I'll take it to bits. I'm going to put the neck onto the blood splatter one, sort the headstock, and then I'll try laying different coloured pickups and different. I know you should be looking at, it's like, oh, but what kind of pickups? And it's like, well, no, I'm going to go for one that looks, because the looks is the most important thing. Obviously, it'll still be decent stuff, but I mean, you know, maybe white scratch plate or cream scratch plate with white pickups, or white black pickups on a white scratch plate, maybe. Don't know. Anyhow, cheers for that, and cheers, Liam. As I said, I'm not going to hold that against you by the fact that you've got the same first name as my most hated band ever. Although, to be honest, it's Noel that I really hate. Liam was kind of alright when I went to see them. He was a bit of a rock star, and he was alright. It was Noel that was a pure abhorrent mess. Here's my 1952 Telecaster. Tring, tring, ka-tring, tring. Oh, a bit of Flying V next time. Oh, 58 Flying V. Tring, tring, ka-chicka, ching, ching. Everyone sounded exactly the same. You can't strum an electric guitar. You know, if you can strum it, you can, to the extent you can go tring, sort of, right? But you can't go ching, ching, ka-chicka, ching, ching with distortion. Otherwise, it's just shite. Rock on.